Hello, Orlando here. How are you going tonight? Well, tonight I'm going to try and answer a question for you. I'm going to try and answer the big question of life, the universe, and the furry fandom. What is a furry? What is a furry? Am I a furry? Could you be a furry? It's you. Yes, you over there. Could you be a furry as well? And yet, does it really matter? Does it really matter at the end of the day whether you're a furry or not? But anyway, let's make a start. And yet, it's a question that's actually got two separate answers. It's got a simple answer and a not so simple answer. And the simple answer is actually quite boring. So we'll do the simple answer first, and then we'll explain why we need to think a bit deeper. The simple answer to the question of what is a furry? A furry is somebody who identifies as being a furry. That's it. Very unhelpful, very straightforward and simple. If you want to be a furry, you can be a furry. Nobody's going to stop you. But it doesn't really tell you a lot about what the term actually means. So let's talk a bit about what the name furry implies, and yet why some people may choose to want to be a furry and why some people may choose not to want to be a furry. But ultimately, there are a few characteristics that you could probably give the average furry. First one is that the average furry probably likes anthropomorphic animals. They probably like animals that have human characteristics and behave in human ways, some of the time anyway. In fact, I would probably go as far as to say it would be quite hard to imagine someone as a furry if they didn't like anthropomorphic animals. You sort of think, well, what are you doing here? You're not really part of the group if you don't like an anthropomorphic animal or two, a deer dragon or two. So yeah, a furry generally likes anthropomorphic animals. And the other characteristic, which is general but not universal, is furries are nearly always members of the furry fandom. Again, they usually like to hang out with other people who are anthropomorphic animal fans or furries and do furry things together, whether that's online, in VR chat, or in real life. So yeah, a furry is a anthropomorphic animal lover who hangs out with other anthropomorphic animal lovers. But this is a term which is sort of used with some derision, and some people don't like to be identified as being furry. Yet they'd rather be seen as a non-furry because of the negative stigma that goes with the term. It's used as a term, oh, he's just a furry. Nah. Yeah, we don't hang out with furries. Yeah, furries do awful things. Well, so do non-furries as well, for that matter, but that's another story for another day. But yeah, you can be more specific if you want. And in fact, sometimes I think being more specific can actually be quite difficult. Because let's look at my role within the fandom. What am I? Well, first thing I'm a fursuiter. I put on Orlando here, and I wear him to meets and conventions, and I wear him for fun and entertainment. So yeah, I'm a fursuiter. So many people could say, well, I don't want to be a furry, but I'll be a fursuiter for you. The second thing that I definitely I'm doing now, to be honest, is a furry content creator. Basically, you could call me a furry YouTuber if you want, which is being a bit more specific, but I do create content for other platforms as well, currently TikTok and potentially some other platforms as well in the future. So furry content creator sort of really is a better descriptor of what I am. Technically, I'm two other things as well. First thing is I actually made some parts of my own costume. I made the arm sleeves. So technically, you could also call me an amateur fursuit maker. And I've done at least one reference sheet for one of my characters, so technically you can call me an amateur furry artist. So that's a huge mouthful, isn't it? Fursuiter, amateur fursuit maker, amateur fursuit artist, and furry content creator. It's a bit of a mouthful. So surely in that situation, just using the word furry is much easier. It just gets across the concept of what you do. You don't have to specify which is your role, particularly within the fandom. You can just be a furry, and the other people can sort it out as they wish. But at the end of the day, does it really matter? Does it really matter whether you identify as being a furry or not? And my suspicion is probably it doesn't really. I think as humans, we are now getting very, very good at pigeonholing things. There's a lot of pigeonholing goes in this world. I think the worst example is probably music. When I started listening to music back when I was a teenager, there were only a few genres of music, and now we've got, particularly in the extreme styles of music, genre after genre, all sorts of weird and wonderful subgenres and bits and pieces, and it becomes a total mess when you get a band and you find they've got 5 or 6 genres attached to them. Do you know what you're listening to? Personally, I like to keep it simple these days. There's only 3 types of music in the world as far as I'm concerned. Music I like, music I don't like, and music I haven't heard yet. That'll keep it simple, won't it? You won't miss too much by doing that. So again, I think from the point of view of being a member of the furry fandom, furry is a nice catch term because it's nice and simple. Keeps it nice and easy for others to understand what you are and what you do, because obviously not everybody is a member of the furry fandom, and not everybody understands what goes on within the furry fandom. So at the end of the day, yeah, keep it simple. If you're a furry, then people know that you're something about what you do anyway, something about what you do. But as we come back to the big point, does it really matter? And I think the answer really is no. You do what you're comfortable with. You identify yourself as you're comfortable with. If you're comfortable that people know you dress up in one of these wonderful suits and do silly things at conventions, wiggle your ears and do whatever deer dragons do. Oh, forgot my nose ring. Where did I put my nose ring tonight? I should have brought that. And I think I've forgotten my earrings as well, so I'll put those on later anyway. Put them on for the next one, perhaps. But yeah, it's a nice, easy way of telling people what you do if you want to do so. But if you want to wear a fursuit and say, no, I'm not a furry, I just enjoy wearing my fursuit for fun, that's fine. That's perfectly acceptable to me. And yeah, if that's the way you want to play it, provided you're having a good time, that's fine. And don't take the stigma, guys. Being a furry is a hobby. It's something I do for fun, it's really for entertainment, it's a lifestyle choice. And I enjoy doing it. And don't let anybody tell me otherwise. It's no, I'll do what I enjoy, thanks. Not hurting anybody. Having a good time. Let's keep on having a good time. Okay, so to all my furry friends out there, if you want to be a furry, you can be. All you have to do is identify as being one, and you're in. Then again, if you want to wear a fursuit and not be a furry, it's a bit strange, but yeah, we'll take that too. We're not bothered. Nobody's going to make you. Okay, so yeah, that's my take on the furriness of being a furry. Until next time, guys, you have a good night. You stay safe. You do plenty of weird things. Yeah, do some weird stuff. It's good. It's good for you. It's good for your well-being. Don't hurt people. Treat people like people, and have a good time. Until next time, Orlando saying bye.